Hello everyone, a warm welcome to our chemistry channel ChemPhilic. In the previous video, we have discussed some standalone MCQs and fill in the blanks based upon this chapter matter, its nature and behavior. So today we are going to discuss the assertion reason questions which have been recently introduced by CBSE. Now the link of the previous video is given in the description box. So please go through it. So today we will discuss the assertion reason type questions. So let's get started. Okay. So here this is the first question for you. Now before I proceed, you have to know one thing, that which kind of question is this. In this type of question, two statements will be given. One is known as the assertion, that is the first statement which is written as A, and next one is the reason which is represented by R. These are nothing but two statements only. Now you have to check that whether these options or whether these statements are correct or not, and if both the statements are correct, then you have to check that if the reason is the proper explanation of the assertion or not. Okay, so in this question, four options will be given. What are the options? Okay, so one labeled first statement, this labeled as assertion A, and the other labeled as reason R. Now select the correct code A, B, C, D given below. So these are the options A, B, C, D. These are the four options. And what are the options here? Option number A, both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of A. If you think that this option is correct, then you will go for A. Next, B, both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of answer. Option number C, assertion is true but reason is false. And option number D, assertion is false but the reason is true. Now we are going to be discuss some assertion reason question, then it will be easier for you to understand. So let's move to the first question. What is the first question? The air shows property of both oxygen and nitrogen. And reason, air is a mixture of several gases like oxygen, nitrogen and carbon dioxide, etc. Okay, so obviously the assertion here is the correct one, because air shows both the property of oxygen and nitrogen. So assertion, this one is the correct. And reason, what about the reason? The reason is written that air is a mixture. That is why it shows the property of both oxygen and nitrogen. Yes, the reason is also correct, because you know that the mixture, all the participating elements, they exhibit or they shows their properties. The properties of that participating elements remains intact in kind of mixtures, but in case of compound, the properties of the elements changes completely. So obviously this one is the reason only, and the reason is the correct explanation of the answer of the assertion. Okay, so which option we will choose? Obviously we will choose the option number A. Okay, so we will choose option A. Now the next question, assertion, components of sugar can be separated by physical means. And reason, sugar is a compound made of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen atoms. So the assertion here is incorrect. Okay, as because sugar is a compound, that means the components of the sugar cannot be separated by simple physical means. Some chemical means is required to separate the components. And what are the components present in sugar? This is right, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. The formula of sugar is C12H22 and O11. So obviously carbon, hydrogen and oxygen elements are present here. So the assertion is incorrect and the reason is correct here. So which option we will choose? The assertion is false and the reason is true. So we will choose option number D. So we will choose option D. Next, question number 3. Brush is a solution of molten copper in zinc, and reason, brush is a compound. So brush is a solution of molten copper and zinc. You know that brush is an alloy. Okay, and what is meant by alloy? Alloy is the homogeneous mixture of a metal with another metal or non-metal. Okay, so brush, obviously the components are copper and zinc only. Okay, so the assertion is correct here. And what is the reason? The reason is written brush is a compound, but just now I have mentioned that brush is not a compound. Brush is a homogeneous mixture. This is an alloy. So the reason is incorrect here. So which option we will choose? The assertion is true, but reason is false. So we will choose option number C. So option number C. Now move to the next question. The dilute milk shows Tyndall effect, and reason milk is a homogeneous mixture. So this milk, okay, this is one colloid. Okay, milk is a colloid, and you know that only colloids can show the Tyndall effect. So the assertion here is the correct. And what is the reason written here? That milk is a homogeneous mixture. No, milk is definitely not a homogeneous mixture. Milk is a colloid. So the reason here is incorrect. So which option we will choose? That assertion is true, but reason is false. So option number C we will choose. Option number C. Now move to the next question. That color of copper sulfate solution is same throughout the beaker. Reason, copper sulfate will form a homogeneous mixture. Yes, the assertion is correct that if we mix copper sulfate crystal in some amount of water, then the color of copper sulfate, which is blue color, okay, you will observe a homogeneous blue color throughout the beaker. So the assertion is correct. And what is the reason? That copper sulfate will form a homogeneous mixture. Yes, this is the reason only. That as because copper sulfate crystals are soluble in water, they will form a homogeneous mixture. That means the properties in terms of color, okay, in terms of smell, whatever this is, the properties will be remained intact throughout the solution. So the reason is also correct, and reason is the proper explanation of the assertion. So which option we will choose? We will choose option number A here. So option A. Now question number 6. Fractional distillation is used in petroleum refineries. Reason, components of petroleum are gasoline, diesel and kerosene. So this assertion, this is correct. Okay, why this is correct? Because fractional distillation we can use when the difference in boiling point of the components is less than 25 degrees Celsius. Okay. So this is true for all the petroleum products like gasoline, diesel, kerosene. That is why we can use fractional distillation. So the assertion is correct. The reason is also correct. These are the components of petroleum: gasoline, diesel, kerosene. But as because these are the components of petroleum, we will not use fractional distillation. The main reason that why we can use fractional distillation, when the boiling point, difference in boiling point of the component is less than 25 degree, then only we can use. Okay, so here reason is also correct, but reason is not the proper explanation of the assertion. Okay, so which option we will choose? We will choose option number B. So option number B. Now move to the next question. Question number 7. What is given? If a beam of light is passed through a salt solution, the path of the light will be visible. Salt solution, this is a homogeneous mixture because salt particles will be completely soluble in water. So the homogeneous mixture, okay, and the path of the light will be visible. The path of the light will be visible if it exhibits Tyndall effect. Okay, so homogeneous mixture will obviously not exhibit the Tyndall effect. Then how will you observe the path of the light? So the assertion here is the incorrect. And what is the reason? That particles of salt are too small to scatter light. Yes, this is true because solved solution means a true solution. The particle size, the solute particle size is too small. It will be completely soluble in water. Okay, so the reason here is the correct one. So which option we will choose? The assertion is incorrect but the reason is correct. So option number D. Now next question, number 8. Assertion: a mixture of salt and naphthalene can be separated by heating. And naphthalene, reason naphthalene is a sublimating agent. So what is sublimating agent? Sublimating agent can directly convert from solid state to gaseous state, okay, without passing through the liquid state. No intermediate liquid state is there. These are known as the sublimating agents. Okay, so what are some examples of sublimating agents? Like the iodine, very good example. Like camphor, then naphthalene, dry ice. These are the some examples of sublimating agent. That means they will be directly converted from solid to vapor or gaseous state without passing through the liquid state. Okay, and this naphthalene ball. Okay, naphthalene balls we often use in our wardrobes. Mixture of salt and naphthalene can be separated by heating also. Okay, so the assertion is correct here. And the reason, because naphthalene is a sublimating agent, so the salt, common salt NaCl, this is not a sublimating agent. This will left behind in the container, and if we heat it, the naphthalene balls will be directly converted into gaseous state. So this is how we can separate them. So the reason is also correct, and the reason is the proper explanation of the assertion also. So which option we will choose? We will choose option number A. Option A. Now move to the next question, number 9. Okay. A mixture of sand and water is separated by filtration. Particle size of sand and water are distinguishable enough. So obviously, suppose in a glass of water you are going to mix some sand particles. So don't you think that the sand particles will not be soluble in water? Obviously this is so. Sand particles will not be soluble in water. Okay, so if these are not soluble, then we can go for filtration technique. Okay, and why we will go for filtration technique? Because there is a difference in their size. The sand particles, they are bigger in size, and the pores of the filter paper is not that much high, that much large. So the sand particles cannot pass through the filter paper. It will just remain, it will just left on the filter paper, which we called as the residue, and the water molecules, they can easily pass through the filter paper. We will collect the fresh water in another container, which is termed as the filtrate. Okay, so the assertion here is the correct, and reason here also the correct. Okay, because the size is different, that is why we can proceed for filtration technique. Okay, the larger size particle cannot pass through the filter paper. This will remain on the filter paper as it is, which is termed as the residue. Okay, so obviously the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. So which option we will choose? We will choose the option number A. Option number A. Now the next question, number 10. A green dye is a mixture of yellow and blue dyes, and reason, components of dye can be separated by chromatography. So assertion is correct. Okay, that a green dye, this is a mixture of yellow and blue dye. You may try it at your home also. And reason, components of dye can be separated by chromatography. This statement, the statement which is given as reason, this is correct. The statement is correct, but this is not the proper explanation of the assertion. So reason is correct. Okay, but this is not the proper explanation of the assertion. So when we can apply this chromatography technique? When one of the substances is more soluble, okay, when one of the substances is more soluble than other. Okay, this is the basic principle of chromatography. So this option is correct, but the reason, the statement of reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. So which option we will choose? We will choose the option number B. So option B. So students, hope you have enjoyed this lecture, and if it is so, if you think that this video is helpful, then please like, share and subscribe.